Say what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a pro violation. Yard down. You already know what it is, man. Today is the free game Friday, man. For those of y'all that's new to my page, I do prison stories. I talk about the things that I experienced while I was locked up, some of the encounters that I had, some of the people that I knew, some of the things that I seen. From time to time, like I say, you will have dudes every now and then in the comment talk about I'm glorifying that type of lifestyle, which is exactly what I'm not doing. All I'm doing is merely sharing my experiences. And so on Free Game Fridays, what I like to do is I like to try to give a little wisdom, talk a little bit about potentially leaving the street or seeing things from a different view. When I was out there hustling in the street, selling dope, doing what I was doing, from time to time, we would have homies come through and they would try to give us a little wisdom and stuff. We used to call it kicking some game and this and that. So, like I say, that's my intentions when I do this, man, just for the dudes that's out there that's still in the field, to give them something to think about. And so, what I'm going to be talking about today is, man, I'm going to call it the gangster fairy tale. You know what I'm saying? Because many of us, myself included, we was caught up in the gangster fairy tale. Now, the dudes out there listening to me, you might be a real gangster, but you got to keep in mind, man, everybody that you dealing with is not. Everybody that say they a gangster is not. You will have dudes, back in my days on the streets, but now more so, let's say, in these days on social media, oh, they popping it. They talking what they'll do, and they with the business. And so, you believe in that since this dude is presenting this type of this character, he really about everything he say he about. So you might get into it with him. You might catch him slipping and pop on him. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you look up, him and his boys is telling. You know, just because a motherfucker say he with the shit, don't necessarily mean he with the shit, man. And that's what get a lot of us confused, man, and caught up by because we might keep it real, you know what I'm saying? Like me and my situation, man. I took my time like a man. I walked it off. I didn't tell on nobody, but I had a lot of people telling on me. A lot of dudes who claimed they was gangsters, they was gang banging, they was with the shit. Had no problem coming to court, had no problem making police reports, and definitely didn't have no problem hopping on the stand. These tough dudes who swore they was gang members and with all this stuff. So believe me, man, a lot of dudes that talk that talk. But when shit get real, everybody ain't gonna do and stick to the code. So I'm telling y'all, don't be tricked. Don't get caught up, man. Don't believe because the dudes say he's this and he's that. Uh, it's cool to get out there and hop in the field like a soldier, man. I try to tell dudes, avoid beef at all costs. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, man. It's time to turn vegetarian. If you got to be out there in the streets and you feel you got to be out there hustling, get your bread, man. But we see, man, without mentioning names, we see, man, where beefing is getting individuals, man. It's just, it's bad. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna go bad, man. And if we out there hustling, trying to get a little piece of bread to enjoy life, we can't enjoy it while we dead, and we definitely can't enjoy it while we locked up. Like I say, man, you can hop on YouTube and look at any of these stories that do these hood stories, war stories, hood stories, Cali politics, all these individual stories have dudes who was telling, gang members who was telling, dudes who get shot, start coming to court. Dudes who with their homies out there robbing, hitting licks, somebody get caught, they start telling the court. Excuse me, they start coming to court. So like I say, don't be tricked by that facade, man. You got to tighten up your circle hella tight, you real tight. And you just got to get out there and get the bread, man. A lot of us think that if we not in an active beef with another hood, another clique, another rapper or whatever, we not real. Like who if you not beefing with somebody, you not real. But man, I'm telling you, that's not the way to go, man. Because you know, beefing, man, eventually is gonna lead to something, And so, like I say, man, I know sometimes it's hard to be in the street and to avoid this beef, but it's something that's extremely necessary, man. You got to get in and get out. You got to get in and get your bread, man. And like I always talk about, always have an exit plan. Because once you accumulate a certain amount of money, it's time to move on. So, you should already have in mind where you plan on moving on, And It gets real, man. It gets real. I'm gonna tell y'all a story real quick, man, about how, I was locked up. I was in the pen and a certain individual had told on me, and so I showed some of his homies the paperwork. His homies knew he was a rat, right? Now, this one individual, he he's talking all this type of gangster stuff, like he really with the business and he do this and he do that. I showed him the transcripts from where the dude wasn't from his particular hood, but he was from his car. They ran together. You know what I'm saying? And so I showed him the transcripts on how dude that came to court and snitched on me. Now keep in mind, now the dude don't know me at all. The dude who came and snitched on me, he came and snitched on me from the county jail, from me being dumb, me being young, thinking that we was all, we both of us is in this gangster life. He gonna keep it solid. I could confide in him, some things about my case. He was an older individual. What he ended up doing, he wrote the DA talking about he knew evidence against me, and he came and testified against me to try to get leniency on his sentence. So fast forward maybe about 15, 16 years later, we in the pen. I'm showing this homie that he's a rat. And so me and the dude who I showed the papers with, we was at two different prisons together. So now we're at another prison. We happen to be next door neighbors. Now he know dude had told on me, right? So fast forward another 2 months. I just happened to be standing in line one day. I hear Tiptoe, the homie Tiptoe from Bounty Hunter, talking about this one dude who had got beat up in this building. Now the particular pen that I'm at, it's 5 buildings on the yard. So let's say 1 building, 3 building, and 5 building, they all come out together. 2 and 4 building come out together. So you could be in 2 building and never see a person that's in 5 building. And that was the case. Now the individual they talking about happened to be the dude who told on me and stuff. So now Tiptoe from Bounty Hunter is talking about how another dude had whooped him and beat him up, and the dude ran to the front and told. So when I hear him mention the name, I turn around and I say, "Hey man, you talking about whoop-de-woo?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "He talked like this?" He had a familiar way of talking. He talked with a lisp. He said, "Yeah, that's him." I said, "Oh man, that's the dude that told on me." But now at that point in time, he had transferred. He had went to another pen. So I went back to the dude who my next door neighbor. I said, "Hey homie, damn, old boy that told on me, he was right next door, man. That dude that told on me." The dude who I had already showed the paperwork to, he said, "Oh yeah, man, I knew he was over there." What? You knew the dude was over there. You knew the dude was over there and you didn't say nothing? Like I say, you didn't, because it would have failed on his car to bust this dude up, which I'm sure members of his car had no problem. But for whatever reason, he chose not to say nothing. He knew the dude was a rat and he knew the dude was over there. So like I say, man, don't get tricked in this gangster facade. And it's things like that I didn't seen, and a lot of other things that made me become not so happy with that type of lifestyle. You can't take everything at face value. Just because the dude say he with the shit, he not gonna tell, he this, he that. I'm telling y'all, don't believe that, man. Sometimes, you got to travel down that path to realize that everything ain't what it appears to be. And a lot of these dudes is faking, man. Believe me, a lot of these dudes is faking. And it's hard to find out who's who. So the best way to find out who's who is to walk away from that type of lifestyle, man. Like I'm telling you, y'all, don't hear this message and regret it. Don't hear this message and a month or two, a year down the line, get caught up in a situation and find out niggas ain't who you thought they was. Everybody is not gonna stand up. A lot of these niggas are gonna sit down and take a piss. And that's real talk, man. You already know it's your boy 16 to life. Resume normal program.